Hello and welcome to another episode of
Startup chat.
I'm Afshin Deuce.
I'm Mo.
I'm Mo.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you doing?
Very good.
Good. So Mo, I was thinking one of the issues that most of startups face is product market fit.
Okay.
And sometimes it takes quite a while to get that product market fit. I
hmm
remember I saw a graph quite a while ago that was talking about different companies, and some of them had taken 4, 5, 7, 8 years
Oh.
to achieve product market fit because they had to go through so many reiterations of the product
hmm
to make sure it fits what the market demands.
Yes.
And ultimately, the product market fit leads into sales. Because
Exactly.
unless you have the product market fit, what
hmm
is there to sell and who's there to buy from you, right? So I was thinking maybe we should talk about the role of a product manager
hmm
who, in today's customer centric world, have to be advocates for the customer and at the same time help the team create a product that the customers would love and build that into a sales,
Yes.
maybe pilot and then sales, and then convey that to the team so the team can engineer the sales process
hmm
based on that, and then they just go ahead and hopefully sell.
Exactly.
So what are your thoughts about that? Is that something you want to talk about today?
Of course, especially in concept of startup,
Okay.
it's a little bit different than an enterprise company that have different products.
Yeah.
Already have a sales team. They know how to sell their product that is already there is similar product in the market, but in
Yeah.
concept of a startup it is really hard to find that product market fit,
Yeah.
and the product manager do a key have a key role in this journey.
Yeah. Very true. So I know that you have been a product manager before.
Exactly, yeah.
Am I right?
Yes and no, because in startup you are everything. you
Yes.
you start as a CEO, yes, you are doing product manager as well.
Yeah. Of course, you're gonna have to roll up the sleeves and do whatever is needed
Yes.
until you can afford
hmm
to bring more specialization into the mix.
Exactly.
So, what are your thoughts about a product manager's life? Like, how should they approach creating a product? How do they make sure that the product fits into the market?
Tons of research at the fair at the beginning,
Okay.
because they should know what exactly they are building.
Are we talking about primary research where you actually talk to the customers, or you're talking about secondary research where you look at Stat Canada and a bunch of other sources too?
Different stages. I think first you should have basic knowledge. I mean, more than basic knowledge of the product you are building,
Yeah.
and know what are the other competitor are building,
Okay.
how you're related to them, how you outperform their product, everything.
Okay.
And then start to talk to different customers,
Okay.
potential customers.
Okay.
And by having some demos,
Hmm.
create some demos and show the potential clients, okay, our product is going to be like this.
Okay.
Do
So
you
I'm going to
like
ask you
it
a
or
tough
not?
question.
Okay.
What you're telling me is know your competitive landscape, know every feature and benefit that every competitor is offering and who they're
hmm
offering it to. And then you're going to have to go out there and see how you can differentiate yourself in the same marketplace.
Yes.
So, my tough question is this: why the hell would people want to listen to you when they already have a busy day and they have a product they're using?
Good question. And it's really hard to find those people who listen to you.
Okay?
But the winning factor always in a startup is consistency. Should
Okay?
go follow up and find those people who maybe, yeah, older generation and those who are fixed in a position don't want to have a new adventure,
Yeah.
But some of you should find those people who are looking for something new, are looking to solve problem different than the common method,
Yeah.
and you will be surprised. Sometimes people, they will tell you, we are looking for a new solution for years,
Yeah.
but no one was there to provide anything.
Yes.
I think this is the key. Just keep following up, keep networking to find those people,
Yeah.
and you will find your match.
Okay. So let's assume, and
Hmm.
we're going to come back to this subject
Okay.
and talk about it in detail. But let's assume, as a product manager, you have your deep connections into the market
Hmm.
and you've developed something that people would love to use. And now at this point, you want to turn that product into a sales.
Yes.
What are those steps? Like, what do you need to make sure happens so that the sale actually goes through and sticks?
Okay. Uh, I think the the stage we were talking about, going to people and talking to them, at that stage you should make sure those people that you are not going to sell them,
Hmm.
but you will find the key points,
Okay.
the pain points that they are looking as a feature in your product.
Okay.
Then when you have those pain points and features,
Yeah.
you go and do some pilot for them
Okay.
and make sure that that feature fits their need.
Okay.
And after that, gradually, you turn that free or low cost pilot to a sell. I think at the first stage, it will happen like this. What do you think?
Well, I agree with what you're saying. What you're telling me is don't go in trying to force a sale. First, go
Never.
in there as a consultant, get to know them, get to know their pain points, develop the product with the features in a way that would eliminate those pain points.
Hmm.
Let them try it, create advocates out of them. Once they're really excited about it, then you tell them, okay, now we are a business. And so we are adding value and we need to turn this into a sale for an ongoing engagement.
Hmm.
And that makes perfect sense to me. I think I would agree with everything you said. Now, I think companies that are extremely successful in creating product market fit usually find advocates
Hmm.
very early on in the development cycle.
Okay.
So the ones that keep developing without actually having an advocate hands-on, helping them throughout the process, might be going the wrong way,
Hmm.
which they'll have to back up and redo. So what I would say is find a few advocates and qualify every step that you're going to be taking in your development path. And once you qualify those steps,
Hmm.
check with them, quantify it too. Like they might say, this is really great to have. And if you say, well, the cost of this is going to be so much per month, they might come in and say, oh, okay, no, then I don't want it.
Hmm.
So throughout that process of getting to know their pain points, you have to quantify how big is that pain point and how much are they willing in
Hmm.
order to treat it,
Yes.
make it go away.
Exactly.
And so each one of those, the features, the benefits, how they perceive it,
Hmm.
and what kind of a properly quantified value it brings to them, and how much of that you can capture as the price of the product you're going to sell to them, all needs to be qualified.
Exactly.
And I believe if you do a great job of qualifying these every step of the way,
Hmm.
they'd be excited to use the product at the end and they'd be excited to get into being a customer rather than just continue to be an advocate. And usually those customers, they're proud because they have taken part in telling you
Exactly.
their needs and what they need, and you've developed it for them from scratch. So they can be the best advocates for you in the marketplace. So I would say that the role of a product manager
Mm-hmm.
is to be advocating for the customer,
Mm-hmm.
to understand exactly where the pain points are, to qualify every step that's being taken to develop that
Okay.
product, and ultimately make sure that it automatically turns into a sale at the end of the pilot. I would even say sign a conditional sales contract or
Mm-hmm.
even get paid for the pilot if you can,
Yes.
and ultimately the sale will naturally happen once you're good to go. And at that point, you need to sit down and try to put together a sales package, hire salespeople, show them how to go about and doing that again and again in a repeatable way and a scalable way, which might include everything from prospecting
Mm-hmm.
or just walking in, cold calling,
Yes.
or maybe generating leads online
Mm-hmm.
by
SEO, I don't
yeah,
know everything.
SEO, exactly, like paid ads and
Yes.
everything, and then taking them through the sales cycle until they're closed. And after that, having those client success people who would manage the account to make sure they can cross sell into more
Mm-hmm.
features down the road.
And it's really depend on the product you are selling. You are
Yes,
going B2B or B2C. The
yes,
sales cycle could be totally different.
of course.
Yes, paid ad, maybe it's good on Instagram for B2C to selling a small product.
Yeah,
But enterprise,
that's
it's
true.
never fit.
That's true. So the considerations, like you say, when you want to put together a sales approach, would be what are the margins, who are the decision makers, what's the sales cycle, because you don't want to push it, it will
Mm-hmm.
break the system. You don't want to take too long, it will frustrate the
Yes.
system, right? So you have to know where you push and when you pull back in order for the sales cycle to properly take its own toll and like get to a point where it closes, right?
Yes.
And so knowing the margins, knowing a proper sales cycle, knowing your market, and all of that can help put together a sales methodology and a
Mm-hmm.
sales team that's properly compensated for performance. And of course, overshooting would mean that you probably have salespeople who are not delivering on what their quotas are, which is demotivating,
Mm-hmm.
and they could leave you.
Yes.
Undershooting means you're probably making the salespeople lives way too easy and they're making more money than they possibly deserve. So you have to try to fall exactly in that
Mm-hmm.
right spot where a good, committed, dedicated salesperson is giving it their best and they're able to perform slightly above quota. And then you have those star salespeople who go way past the expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have those who need more support to get up to where they want to be. But within that range, you need to engineer your sales process properly so that you kind of hit the right spot.
It's interesting that I never look at sales like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think your experience is something different than me. Because in my case, mostly it was B2B,
Yeah.
and we never had that much difference in sales levels. But
Okay.
as you mentioned, it can happen
Yeah.
based on the nature of business. It
Yeah.
can happen, and you as director, as a founder, you should engineering that sales team
Yeah.
how to perform.
Exactly. And there's a lot that goes into it, right? Because sales is a very interesting area. Like people need to motivate themselves day after day. They need to be
Hmm.
okay hearing no's. They need,
Yes,
sometimes they're thrown out the door. They got to come back through the window, right?
exactly.
And how do you do it? And how do you not sound or look desperate, but at the same time, hit the right chord with the
Hmm.
people so that you gain their attention and trust and you have a chance to present your solution in a way that they understand the value
Hmm.
proposition you're
Hmm.
offering. And those are all things we can talk about in the future.
Yes, and also when we are talking about product management and sales and how they are related to development, that reminds me of the persona of your customer.
Of course.
How you find the right persona
Yeah.
and just develop for that,
Yes.
not
Good.
for everyone in the world. You
Yeah.
cannot have a product suit for everyone.
That's true. Now, certain products could have a few different personas.
Yes.
Nevertheless, you need to know what they are,
Hmm.
right? And the more accurately you know those personas, the better you can gear yourself towards delivering that added value to them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We should talk about persona as well in another
Yes, we
episode.
should talk about personas, and we should talk about a salesperson's life,
Yes.
like a day in a salesperson's life. I think that would be cool to talk
it
about.
would it's mm, exciting and devastating at the same time.
Yeah, it could be.
Yes.
It could
Mm,
very well be
mm,
devastating. That's true. Sometimes salespeople expect something to come through, and last
mhm.
moment it falls apart. Say until you have the check in your hand, no. Until the check is cashed,
Yes.
no. Until it's cashed and the rescission period is over, then you can say, okay, now I have a sale, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this has definitely been great. I enjoy talking all the time. I hope you enjoyed
Yep.
listening to us. So please do like us and do follow us if you wish to. And we would love to hear your ideas about subjects that you'd like us to talk about, or just tell us what you think about what you hear. Until next episode, have a
See,
great day.
see you.
Bye bye.